Okay, we'll call to order the Senate Standing Committee on Environmental Conservation. It's Monday, April 11th at about 10 minutes to 5. We're joined by the ranking member on the committee, Senator Hoylman. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And Senator Mark Panepino is here as well. Thank you, Senators, for being here with us today. We've got a relatively brief calendar. We start out with Senate Bill 2951 by Senator Ranzenhofer, an act to amend the Environmental Conservation Law in relation to protecting information on hunting, fishing, and trapping licenses and permit applications from disclosure outside of the Department of Environmental Conservation. Motion to move the bill?
Move the bill.
Bill is moved. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill is...
I do have a question.
Yes.
DEC doesn't release that information currently,
They
correct?
no.
So the need for the bill is just as an
It's a
extra
belt,
protection?
yeah, belts and suspenders. There was a court case, the Assembly made a request about 10 years ago, and we continue to pass this bill to ensure that it's in statute.
The bill is moved to the first reading calendar. Next, Senate Bill 3498 by Senator Lanza will be referred to the Finance Committee, an act to amend the Environmental Conservation Law in relation to requiring notice to adjacent landowners where certain development is proposed in wetlands in a city with a population of 1 million or more. Have a motion to move that bill.
I'll move the bill.
Bill is moved. Any questions? All those in support say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill is referred to Finance. Next, Senate Bill 5802A by Senator Serino, an act to amend the Environmental Conservation Law in relation to guidelines for best practices in treating residential properties for integrated pest management in relation to Lyme disease ticks. Motion to move that.
Move the bill.
The bill is moved. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill is moved. Senate Bill 6233A by Senator Lanza be referred to Finance, an act to amend the navigation law in relation to license fees per barrel of petroleum, which would apply to facilities within 1 mile of another state that has those facilities. I have a motion to move that bill.
Could I ask a question, Mr. Chair?
Yep.
Do we know what the fiscal impact will be on the oil spill fund?
I do not.
It would be pretty de minimis, because the one transfer station is really in Staten Island.
It actually would be $1 million. However, this actually would save money from the oil spill fund because it's virtually certain that if this bill isn't passed, that the installation would go out of business.
So it's only really, we're talking about one facility?
The way it's written, it would be applicable to one facility, which is in Staten Island.
Okay.
Right across the river in Jersey, there are several of these facilities. They would have really easy access to alternatives rather than using the Staten Island facility, which is my understanding is about 30 jobs that are there that are at risk with this competition right across the river. Anything else?
Yes, thank you.
Motion to move the bill? I'll move the bill. I am in favor. Anyone else in favor? Opposed? Panepino and Hoylman in opposition. We have voting sheets from the rest of the members on the committee. What's the result there, Evelyn?
Latimer, Sedney, and as well as Avella, Panepinto, and Holman.
So it's 4 noes, and the rest are ayes or without rec.
Yes.
So the bill is referred to Finance. Next, Senate Bill 6607 by Senator Ritchie, an act to amend the Environmental Conservation Law in relation to selectively cutting timber. Motion to move that bill? I'll move the bill. Any
I
questions?
do have a question. Is a harvester under this bill going to be required to follow best management protocols?
USDA, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, they are required, it's written right in the bill, that they have to follow the current best management practices as defined by the United States Department of Agriculture and Forest Service. And I would point out that currently, this is the way they do it in the Adirondack Park. This would make it uniform across the rest of the state. It does deal with wetlands, however, there is no allowance for the interruption or changing of the wetlands in the process of this timber harvesting following these best practices.
And how would you, or how does the bill contemplate enforcement?
Enforcement, just like any other law that's on the books where a permit is not required for activity, that if it's found out that a harvester is not following these best practices, they could be cited for not following those best practices. All those in favor? I'm in favor. Opposed?
Opposed.
4 nays, Avella, Hoylman, Latimer, Panapinto.
4 nays, the rest are aye or without rec.
Yes.
The bill is moved. Next, Senate Bill 6610, Senator Ritchie, an act to amend the Soil and Water Conservation Districts law in relation to designating rent, building expenses, and utilities and as expenses which are reimbursable by the state. Any questions?
I'll move the bill.
Bill's moved by Senator Panapino. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The bill's moved. Finally, Senate Bill 6863 by Senator Ritchie, an act to amend the Environmental Conservation Law in relation to allowing minors who hunt to wear pink material as opposed to blaze orange, which is currently required. And any questions on that?
What's the rationale again on this?
I think the rationale, I know, is to give an option to young female hunters. Only minors right now are required to wear the blaze orange. Adult hunters are not.
Or men who like pink?
I think that, or red, men who like pink. It's an option, you know. We perhaps should include, maybe next year we'll include fluorescent yellow or whatever that one, the other bright one is. But it's really something to give young women primarily, or young men who like pink, to wear it in the field instead of orange.
I'll move the bill.
Bill's moved by Senator Panapino.
I'll be voting without rec.
Votes in affirmative?
Positive.
Aye. Aye. Without rec, Senator Hoyman.
That's not to buy into gender stereotyping on colors.
You brought it up.
Although my 5-year-old does like pink.
That concludes the meeting for today at 5 o'clock. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
little levity at the end of the day here.